Hello, my name is Abelya Putri and I'm from class G. Today in this video, I will retell a folktale called Cindelaras. Cindelaras is a folklore originating from East Java. Okay, let's get started. Long time ago, there lived a king by the name Raden Putra. He ruled Cindela kingdom with his beautiful queen. He also had a concubine. His wife, the queen, and the concubine had a very contradictory character. The queen was a kind-hearted and wise person, while the concubine was a cunning and envious person. One day, the concubine decided to get rid of the queen so she can have the love and full attention of Raden Putra all for herself. With the help of an evil shaman, the concubine pretended to get ill and put the blame on the queen. All evidence that the shaman and the concubine brought to the king proved that the guilt was on the queen's hand. So the king decided to banish the queen from the palace and instructed his servant to kill her without knowing that the queen was pregnant. The queen was forced to leave the palace. The servant escorted the queen until they arrived in the jungle. The servant believed that the queen was innocent, but there was nothing that he could do to defend the queen in front of the king. So the servant decided to build a small hut for the queen in the middle of the jungle. When he was about to return to the palace, he asked for a piece of the queen's clothes and put some blood of a white rabbit on it so he could report to the king that he had fulfilled his duty. The queen lived all by herself for months until she gave birth to a boy. The boy was very healthy and handsome. The queen named him Cindelaras. Years passed by. Cindelaras grew into a kind, skillful, and strong young man. He spent his time playing with animals in the jungle. One day, an eagle dropped a chicken egg in front of Cindelaras. He picked it up and brought it to his hut. Cindelaras kept the egg in warm jar for a couple of days until it finally hatched. He took care of the chicken until it grew into a strong and bulky rooster. One day, Cindelaras was so surprised when he heard that his rooster could talk just like a human. At the moment, the rooster said, "My master is Cindelaras, his house in the middle of jungle, his father is Raden Putra." And the rooster kept repeating it over and over again. Cindelaras, who felt curious about the rooster's statement, finally decided to ask his mother about his origin. At first, his mother refused to tell him the truth, but Cindelaras kept forcing her to explain everything until his mother had no other choice but to tell him the whole story. When he learned the truth about himself, Cindelaras decided to go to Cindela kingdom to see his father, Raden Putra. On his way to the palace, he went through some village where he joined some cockfighting. His rooster won all the fights and he became famous in no time, especially with his unique rooster who kept saying that he was the son of the king at the end of every fight. The news about Cindelaras and his mighty rooster spread quickly and reached the palace. Raden Putra, who was a fan of cockfighting, invited Cindelaras to the palace and challenged his rooster to fight the king's rooster. He was so convinced that his rooster would not lose, so he offered all his wealth as the bet. Cindelaras agreed with the king's offer and he offered his life as the bet if he lost the fight, as he thought that it was the only precious thing that he can offer to the king. The fight between the two roosters finally began. They both attacked each other fiercely. The king's rooster tried so hard to lie its punch to the Cindelaras rooster, but Cindelaras rooster was very agile, and it could dodge every blow. The battle took some time until finally Cindelaras rooster saw an opening and he launched its ultimate attack and took down the king rooster. Cindelaras rooster won the fight and it started saying something that it always said in every fight. "My master is Cindelaras, his house in the middle of the jungle, his father is Raden Putra." Raden Putra was so shocked to hear that and he asked Cindelaras about it. Cindelaras confirmed the rooster's statements. He told Raden Putra that he was his son. Suddenly, Cindelaras' mother came out from the crowd and walked toward Raden Putra and Cindelaras. She explained everything to Raden Putra. Realizing his mistake, Raden Putra apologized to the queen and also Cindelaras. He also asked them to return to the palace and stay with him. As for the concubine and the evil shaman, Raden Putra placed them in a jail. The end. So that's the storyline of the folk entitled Cindelaras. Thank you for watching and listening. Bye bye.